My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Ultimate Editions, the Immortal Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And so here we have Hollywood Hulk Hogan posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Hollywood Hulk Hogan does come with 3 different head sculpts. We do have the neutral head, which he has on him right now. We do have a smiling head. And then we also do have an expressive yelling head. Hulk Hogan also comes with his bandana and sunglasses, which do fit on every single one of his heads. We get 2 pairs of hands. We get a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. Then we also do get a boa, which does fit around Hogan's neck nicely. We do get his NWO shirt, which is velcroed in the middle, so you can replicate him tearing it. We of course do get the NWO weight belt, which fits around Hulk Hogan's waist. And then finally, he does come with the NWO version of the WCW World Heavyweight title. All those accessories do look really nice, and I am glad this Hulk Hogan comes with a bunch of accessories to pose him with. I think it looks really nice on the figure. So, with his accessories out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at the Immortal Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And so here we have a closer look at Hollywood Hulk Hogan now. I'm not really a fan of the way the heads look without the bandana and the sunglasses. I think they do a really good job capturing Hulk Hogan's likeness, but I feel like this particular head, the neutral head, is a little bit young looking, like they didn't add enough wrinkles. Same thing to the smiling expression. As you can see, he just doesn't have enough wrinklage to simulate Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they do have some wrinkles in there, but there's something about the amount of wrinkles in here that it doesn't quite capture Hollywood Hulk Hogan quite right. If anything, I think this head represents the best Hulk Hogan, because you can see the wrinkles above the forehead, around his mouth. Looks really nice, and with the sunglasses and bandana on, it does kind of make him look more like Hulk Hogan. In fact, I think this is the weakest head out of the 3. The second strongest being the smiling head, and then the yelling head, which is probably the best likeness to Hulk Hogan. But that's not saying it's a bad head sculpt. I really do like the amount of effort that Mattel put in here. You can see they actually sculpted the beard right here where his mustache is. I think he dyed his beard black but left the mustache the way it was. And then we do have his balding hair right here, which does look really nice. Really like the shade on it. And I'm not going to complain too much that it's just a single color, because that's kind of how Hulk Hogan's hair is. It's so bleach blonde that it just looks one color. There's no highlights, there's no definition to it. It actually works for Hulk Hogan, so really good job on the head on this figure. In fact, all the heads do look nice. Like I said, this is probably the weakest one, but it's still a really good likeness to the Immortal one. So, let's take a look at his torso here. I really do like what Mattel was trying here. They gave Hollywood Hulk Hogan a unique torso. We haven't seen this torso at all because it does have the cutouts for the butterfly joints, which we'll get into when we talk about his articulation. I think one problem I have with the skin tone is that it's too, I don't know, it's too light, I would say. It's not burned hot dog enough, if that makes sense. Hulk Hogan's skin kind of does look like a burnt hot dog, and I think they've kind of missed the mark. This looks like a raw hot dog. I think we need burnt hot dog skinned Hulk Hogan, but it's still darker than most figures you have. It's not that noticeable, but really would have liked to see burnt hot dog version of Hulk Hogan. I think that would have been so good and would have made this figure much better. You can see that he has the thinner arms here, because at the time Hollywood Hulk Hogan was losing mass. He wasn't 300 pounds of special vitamin muscle, I guess you can call it. But yeah, he was starting to lose definition. He was still kind of in shape, but he wasn't 300 pounds anymore. I really do like the fact that they gave him his white wrist tape, and they actually gave him a unique pair of gloves. This is the first time we ever seen these gloves, because it does have the edge poking out. Yes, it does hinder backwards articulation, which it is to be expected, but it still functions going inward, which is more than likely how you're going to have the wrist move. Now, let's have a look at his attire really fast, because a lot of people say it's from when he wrestled Sting, it's from his The Rock match, it's from Warrior match. It's actually like an amalgamation of different Hulk Hogan attires, especially Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It still carries the lightning, which he did wear with a lot of his attires during this time, so the lightning is pretty good, and when you line it up, you can see just how nice it looks. So it's not the Sting versus Hollywood Hogan attire, because it would have had like a banner running around the left leg and then Hollywood running down the right leg. Unless I got that opposite and the banner is on the right leg and Hollywood down the left leg. But it's not that attire at all. It's not even the Warrior attire, because the Warrior attire was just black. I believe it did say Hollywood on the back, but I'm not entirely sure. It did have the NWO weight belt, which this Hogan does come with. But yeah, it's like an amalgamation of different Hollywood Hulk Hogan attires, which I'm perfectly okay with. I think if one thing I would have added is just that white highlight going around his knee pads. That's something he always had during his time as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I don't know why they omitted that, but they did, so just keep that in mind. Now, he was really consistent on the ring boots. You can see he has the New World Order emblem right there, some blue fire and some lightning. And then we have the Hulkster himself right here on the side, which Mattel did a really good job with that decal. It looks really, really nice, and you can see it does look really nice. Now, it's not the Sting match either, because during his match with Sting, it was just the Hulk Hogan head and the NWO logo. So, yeah, it's kind of strange that they didn't base this attire off one specific match, but more like a combination of Hulk Hogan or Hollywood Hulk Hogan matches, which is a little bit strange, but it's still Hollywood Hulk Hogan, something we've been asking for a really long time. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Hollywood Hulk Hogan compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Hollywood Hulk Hogan posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally, here we have the Ultimate Edition's Hollywood Hulk Hogan posed next to the Defining Moments Hulk Hogan and Defining Moments Sting. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Hulk Hogan's articulation. So he does have this standard ball joint in the head, although we don't get too much up and down movement, because his head is actually one solid piece, so the hair and head are actually attached as one piece. There's no mold lines anywhere. And that's kind of odd, because the yelling expression Hulk Hogan has soft hair, because the hair is a separate piece from the head. I don't know why the yelling head is like that and the other two heads aren't, but that is something to note. We don't get any head tilt, unfortunately, so up and down movement really restricted, no side to side tilt, but his head does turn left and right, no problem. So, like I said, we do have a butterfly joint here in the shoulder. Now, the only problem is it doesn't really function at all. Like, it goes about that far forward and it goes that far back. So once again, that far forward and that far back. I don't know if mine is just stuck, but I have been trying to force it. I've heated it up. It just doesn't move. So yeah, we have that far forward and that far back. So it might as well be non-existent, honestly. Arms do go out to the side, no problem. Do a full 360. It kind of feels like it has some up and down play to it too. I don't know. That's a really strange joint. I want to take him apart to see what he's about, but I really don't want to break the figure accidentally. So moving on, he does have a bicep swivel, double bend in the elbow, giving us better than 90 degrees. We have a swivel and a hinge in the wrist, and that works no problem. We do have a mid-torso joint right here, which does lean back. Leans forward only to about there, leans to the side, to the other side, and yeah, it has some pretty decent lean to it. Does have some slight rotation to it, actually. Yeah, that's about as far as I'm willing to rotate it. I don't want to rotate it any further than that because I don't want to break it. He does swivel here at the waist. Legs do kick forward all the way, so we do get 90 degrees, so he can drop the leg drop brother. His legs do go out to the side, but you can see mine is a little bit loose. I might have to put some kiki on that and fix that, because that is kind of loose going out. Yeah, it's only loose going out for some reason. Going up, it's no problem. This leg, yeah, that leg is fine. It's just this leg that's a little bit loose. We do have a thigh swivel, which works fine. Double bend at the knee, works no problem. We do have a swivel here at the boot. We have a hinge in the ankle, kind of stiff, which does go back and it does go forward. Then we do have a slight rocker ankle, and we do have toe joint. So overall, pretty good articulation on Hulk Hogan. Questionable why they added a butterfly joint, which, in all honesty, doesn't work. It probably just drove up the cost of production. So I would have just preferred a new body versus butterfly joints, in all honesty, because these butterfly joints are terror bad. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get them posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition's Hollywood Hulk Hogan pose for my final thoughts. And overall, this is one figure I think Mattel has done an exceptional job with. Now, I do have some issues with it, and especially in the way they engineered the butterfly joint. It's not really that functional. It doesn't work all too well. You get a little bit of movement. And I know a lot of people say some movement is better than no movement. No, that's not always the case. I would have preferred a cleaner sculpt over a slight movement, I guess. But overall, this is still a really nice figure, and I do like the way it came out. And I'm kind of glad that we did wait this long to get a Hollywood Hulk Hogan, because with the new technology that they've been using for the real effects face printing technology, and the fact that this does have double jointed arms, I think this is a much better figure than what we would have gotten with the Defining Moments Hollywood Hulk Hogan. The fact that he does come with 3 interchangeable heads is a really good thing. I think out of the 3, this is probably going to be the head that I have Hollywood Hulk Hogan displayed with. It looks the best, and I think with the bandana and glasses, it really does bring out this figure a lot more. I really do like the weight belt and the soft goods shirt. The fact that it is torn in the middle, so you can replicate him just ripping the shirt off. It's a really nice little detail, and Mattel did a really good job paying attention to that. Now, I really love the title belt, don't get me wrong, but I kind of wish they had retooled it to erase the WWE logo on the top of it. But other than that, it's still a perfect NWO World Heavyweight title, and I do like the fact that it was included with Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now, the downside to this figure is he is available only on Ringside Collectibles at the time I'm making this video. He will be available on other sites such as Entertainment Earth later, early next year, but if you wanted to get him early, you had to get him from Ringside Collectibles. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the fact that Ringside Collectibles was charging $45 just for this Hulk Hogan figure is mind-boggling. If you had pre-ordered the entire case with Bray Wyatt and Hogan together, you paid $80, which was $40 each. $45 for this figure, definitely not worth it in my honest opinion. Mattel is trying to make you pay a premium for a non-premium figure. It just comes a little underhanded, and the fact that Ringside shot the price up by $15. Is it 15? Yeah, because they shot the price up $15. That's crazy. They really shouldn't be doing that, especially because retail, this is going to go for $30. If you can even find it. I don't know if they're even going to continue the Ultimate Editions line at retail, or if it's just going to be an online thing. I honestly have not seen another series since Finn Balor Triple H, so chances are online is the only way to get Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which is unfortunate because he's a really nice figure, and if you're a fan of Hulk Hogan, you're going to want to have him in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE Ultimate Edition videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if I get around to it or it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.